ready?
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't know you were recording already.
Yeah. Alright, let's start on the floor on hands and knees pose. So we'll go to the tabletop and then tuck your toes under and come into a downward facing dog. And start to take a few deep breaths. Just settle into the practice. Start to feel the stretch down the back of your legs. And you can bend deeply into the right knee and press down into your left heel. And then bend deeply into the left knee and press into the right heel. And loosen up much of your hamstrings as we go into the practice today. And do that again. Bend the right knee, breathe in. Bend the left knee, breathe out. Nice. And then just start to walk up slowly to the front of your mat. So as you get there, see if you can just drop your head forward. Leave a little bend in the knees today. Loosen up your neck. Loosen up a lot of the tension out of your shoulders. And just start to feel heavy. A lot of heaviness in your upper body. Head, your neck, the shoulders. Relax, slowly bend forward. We're going to take a half lift position. We'll put your hands on the knees. Look forward and try to come up and straighten your spine. As you begin to exhale, fold forward again and step the left foot back. You'll do a low lunge, so lower down the knee, push down into your back toes. Just try to look up. Inhale. So let's see if you can wiggle your front foot up a little bit so you create a little bit more space. Just leave your hands down on the floor. Your eyelids are going to roll back. Your eyeball, rather, is going to roll back. Your shoulders are going to roll back in the stretch. And you're really trying to hinge forward into a nice low seat. Notice hips here are in nice alignment and the shoulders. And keeping the head in the middle. Trying to keep that head up into like a more of a backward bend. And take an inhale. Lift your arms and hands up. And take an exhale and see if you can get a little energy here. Bringing the elbows out to the sides of your body. Opening your arms out to the sides, your palms up a little bit. And see if you can softly bring your heart back and up. Good. Keep your focus. Feeling the center. Feeling your breath. Really nice job here. Let's bring those elbows back a little bit more, and then straighten your arms, lift your hands all the way up and lower down to the floor. It's a half split pose. You're going to bow forward here, so pick the head up first as you begin to inhale. Head all the way up, chest all the way up. A little bit more, look forward. And then as you begin to exhale, think of bowing forward over the right leg. Enjoying a little bit of this deep hip stretch pose as we go into a little further of a practice. One more time, lengthen the spine, lift your head, and as you begin to breathe out, bow forward. Good. And then come back up to the front of your mat. Step back to your dog pose. Left knee lifts, right foot steps back, and immediately just start to lift the hips up in the air. As you begin to inhale, shift it forward into a plank pose position. As you begin to notice the next breath out, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. On the next breath in, shift forward again, go back to plank pose. We're going to try to get it 2 more times. As you begin to breathe out, lift body's hips up into down dog. Inhale, forward plank pose. Good, strong. Exhale, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Breathe in, bend the right knee. And then we're gonna come up and bend both your knees. Come up on your tippy toes, look forward. Slowly start to walk, step, or hop your legs up to the front of your mat. And go into a flat back position as you begin to inhale. And exhale breath, fold forward, down. Good. We'll lunge the right foot back, tap down the knee, and do a low lunge here. This is a more classical version of the low lunge, where the hands stay on the floor first, and we start really from the ground up here. So before you're lifting the arms up and back, right where you're gonna raise them, try to sink down low. The stretch is really gonna be here in the right quadricep muscle. So that's an area that we get quite a bit of a sensation stretch there, especially when we don't do as much of the practice, we don't feel much of that area of the legs. Sweep the arms up, breathe in, and come into that full expression of the low lunge. We're going to try to send your body's arms and chest and back up a little bit more. And let's see if we can open the elbows out again to the sides. Get a nice like hallelujah version of the lunge where you're literally just trying to flip the palms back, finding a more lift in the heart center, your chest, your chin. Inhale, come all the way up, lift the arms and hands. And exhale, travel them down to the floor. You're going to walk your hands back, stretch the hips, stretch, especially now we're focusing on the other side, more of this left leg. Keep breathing. Both of you guys, everybody doing really great. Good, Aaron. Lift your head up a little bit more as you begin to inhale. Now exhale, bow forward. Try to go a little bit deeper. Remember, sometimes it's not about trying to push 100%. It's about having that conversation, connection with your body. One more time, lengthen the spine, lift your head. Exhale, bow forward. You're going to step back into a dog pose position. And your left leg lifts back and up to the right leg. Shift forward into a plank pose. Gaze all the way forward, a couple of feet in front of you. And try to slowly lower all the way down here to a low push-up position. Going slowly. Now just lay flat. We're going to rest here for a moment. Before we lift all the way up, breathe in first. Ready? Come up to a baby cobra. So you want to come up on the inhale, right? Not the exhale, but stay on the exhale. Inhale. Let your heart lift off the mat. Exhale. Just let go, but stay in the pose if you can. This is awesome work here. Your toes, you're pressing down there. Try to keep your gaze straight forward. This is a great way to strengthen up this area here in your lower back. We're going to go a little bit further in the back bend today. So Aaron, take your arms and open them out a little bit wider than the mat. Press into the fingertips. Now using those fingertip strength, but majority of the lower back strength, let's try to lift up and do a fuller cobra, a more back bend. So you're going to take more of the chest up, more of the lower back will be working here, but especially more of the middle back and the upper back and the shoulders. See if you can roll them back a little bit. Press a little bit more into that cobra. Just hold it. 5, 4, good job. 3, 2, 1. Take your forehead down to the floor. Relax. You can bring your arms back to the sides. Good. Back bends can be really beneficial for our energy, for our lower back, just to kind of give us like a little bit of a cup of coffee here, right? Just to wake the spine up. Let's take one more cobra. This time we're going to keep your arms into the sides of your body and your hands right underneath the shoulders. Start in a baby cobra again. And if you feel up, let's go up a little bit more and do full cobra. Straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. Draw back your shoulders. Look up. Look all the way up if you can. Try to slowly drop your head back. Beautiful. Full cobra position. Slowly come out. Forehead to the floor. Great control. Moving slowly. Press up into a tabletop position. And back into a child's pose. If you feel more opened up in the hips and the hamstrings, as we go back to this child's pose, see if you can open the knees out a little bit wider. Your arms are going to stretch out a little bit further. And let's walk your arms out to the right side of your mat. We're going to get into a nice arch in your spine. Take a deep breath. See if you can go a little bit more. We'll walk those arms and hands out a little bit further out to your side. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. You come back on the mat again. We'll switch to the other side, so your arms and hands will walk out to your left. And breathe slowly as you get that stretch down your side. And we'll come back onto your mats, into child's pose. Roll up into tabletop position. Bring your shoulders over your hands. Bring your knees in a little bit closer. And lower your head down, round your back. Take a cat pose position. Work your abdominals here as much as you can, so you're drawing and sucking everything in. Now really open everything up and look up. Open up belly, your chest, and lift your head. Even try to take the shoulders and open them up too by rounding them back. Then round your spine again. Take cat position as you begin to exhale. Good. And as you begin to inhale, take another cat lift position. Lift your head, open your heart. Good. Move back to a downward facing dog. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee. We're going to pedal it out again, sort of like a nice pace, a nice flow. 1, 2, 1, 2. Come up on both of your toes, bend your knees, step jump or hop the feet lightly up to the front of your mats. Come into a flat back when you're ready. Good, nice job, Aaron. And exhale, forward folds position. Let's stand up, reach and stretch the arms. Standing pose. Careful, little one. And then hands together, try to arch back. Good. Alright, you can come into mountain pose now. Rest the arms down to the sides. So, Aaron's going to help us do some sun salutations today. We ready to do like 2, 3 rounds?
Sure.
Yeah, alright, so sun A, on the breath in, we'll bring your hands together and sweep your arms up to the sky. So every time, right, you can kind of really stretch up and get into it and arch back just a tiny bit, but make sure you're keeping core and back really active, and then the back bend isn't just coming from here. So the lats, the legs, everything active. Then fold forward as you breathe out. Step into downward facing dog. So ready here, this is going to be our most challenging transition. We're going to roll forward into a plank pose. Try to pause as you lower down, and then you're going to tuck your toes, breathe in, and go to cobra. So pause, and then tuck. Beautiful, and then a lift. So from down dog, we go to cobra, and then we're going to go back to cobra. So the hips lift up. Really nice job. Walk your feet in a little bit there. Good. Take a deep breath and just hold it in for a second. Ready? Good. And let it go. So that's one yogic breath. We're going to do that about 4 more times. Fully in and hold it. And 2, letting go. Fully in. Letting go. 3. So you just want to find a rhythm with your breath. There's no need to rush. There's no need to move on to that next round just yet. But just taking some time in that down dog can really work on your flexibility. Again, we move back to the legs, but also the spine, the back, and it really moves into the strength part of our practice as well. So get ready, look forward, come up on the toes, bend your knees, and hop back up to the front of your mat. And as you inhale, let's look forward, straight in the back. As you begin to fold, breathe out. Sweep and lift the body's arms and hands up and back. Strengthen your core. Keep going. Keep reaching up. Good. And then lower your arms down to the sides. Mountain pose. Very nice. You can bring the hands together towards your heart. This is going to be our second round. As you begin to inhale, sweep the arms and hands. Come up, reach back. As you begin to exhale, hinge forward and fold. You're going to push the hips way back. Step back into downward facing dog again. Feet to the back of the mat. As you begin to inhale, roll forward, lower down about halfway, or if you need to, a little bit less or a little bit more, and then tuck the toes into cobra. Good. From cobra pose, we'll move back into down dog pose. Breathe out. Remember, we're going to take our first breath. Hold it. Letting go. 1. 2. 3. 4. One more. Take a deep inhale. Hold it. Letting go. 5. Bend your knees. Step, jump, or hop the feet all the way up to the front of your mat. Take flat back pose. And take a forward fold. Let your arms and hands bring you all the way up. Inhale, reach back. Open your heart. And exhale. Take your arms and hands down to the sides. Hands towards the heart. Very nice. So we're going to take our last one today. Inhale, bring the arms up over the head. Reach back. Exhale, fold forward. Press your hips way back. So we're going to lengthen the back here for a moment. We'll pause. We'll work on the next transition if you want to hop the feet back. But really make sure, hold it for a second in that flat back. Really make sure that you're holding the breath in first. So when you're in the flat back, lift your head up a little bit. Make sure to hold that breath in. We're going to go for it in 3, 2, 1. And then as you exhale, try to hop the feet back. So go for it, Aaron. Try to hop, bend your elbows, do a little push-up. Nice. You can do that again. Tuck your toes, come up into cobra.
Wait, come up. Sorry.
That's okay. All right, let's lift back to downward facing dog. So let's try that all again. You can step, jump, or hop the feet back up to the front of the mat. Straighten your spine out. Flat back pose. Forward fold. And reach the arms and hands all the way up. Inhale. And focusing here. Bringing those arms down to the sides. Hands to heart. So we're going to do one more round. The important thing here is if we're jumping back, is that we try to bring the elbows into a bent position as we try and lower. So let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. This will be our last one. Make it count. Exhale, forward folds. Straighten your spine out as you breathe in. Hop your feet out as you breathe out. Try to bend the arms. Lower. Cobra. Good, much better. And downward facing dog. Stay in the down dog. Angle your left toes a little bit out to the left side, so about 11 o'clock there. And then take your right leg and lift it up. Breathe in. So lower the right hip just a little bit here and try to straighten out your right leg. You can relax your toes. Good. Right leg about there, and then kick your right heel back. Three-legged dog. Lift that leg up a little bit higher. And take your right foot, step it between your hands, high lunge. So try to stay up on your left tippy toes. Your arms are going to lift up as you breathe in. Good. Nice bend in the right leg. So you're pressing forward. And your arms are reaching up, creating that strength everywhere in the body. This is great. Good high lunge. Take your hands down to the floor. Keep that back leg lifted. Keep it engaged. Turn to your right side. Keep your left arm down and lift your right arm up to a twist. Good. Notice you're taking your chin. You're trying to lift it up to that right shoulder. Really a lot of power through that right fingertip. Now let's go ahead and breathe out and lower your arm. Come back into high lunge on the breath in. And then we're going to cartwheel, open the arms out to warrior two position. Take your hands, open them up. Strong warrior two. So your right hand is going to flip up and your left hand is going to go down the left leg. Peaceful warrior. Try to keep a good extension of the right side body here. So we're really going to get into that middle back, side back space and really maybe work on straightening out that arm just as much as you can. If that feels okay, push through these right fingertips. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale, lower down, step into downward facing dog. So I'm not going to have you guys do the vinyasa flows if you don't need them anymore. This is kind of going to be more of a listening to your body. But they're there for you if you need it. Down dog is going to be a good support for us to reset our body. So before we move to what we do on the next side, we're just going to work on equally pressing down to the hands and feet again. Feel the inhales and let them be. And just work on feeling the exhales and letting the exhales just be as well. Alright, so we're going to angle the right toes out to the side, about 2 o'clock on this side. And then your left leg is going to lift up. Three-legged dog. So same thing here. It can be really intentional to just want to lift that leg and go all the way up. But a three-legged dog is keeping that leg straight with the hips in alignment. So if you're sort of looking at your three-legged dog, your leg is in the same diagonal line as your back. And you'll feel this stretch that we're really creating down the right leg, the right hamstring. So let's focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out, and then work on stepping the left foot forward, keeping the right heel off the ground and lifting the arms up. High crescent lunge. A lot of focus. Everything from your feet, your legs. Notice hips here really strengthening, really strong sides. Nice job. It's beautiful. So concentrate, find a place that, because you are balancing, you are in a bit of a shift here with your front foot and your back foot. So find your center, breathe inwards, breathe outwards, One more. Breathe inwards. Breathe outwards and lower down your hands. Turn to the left side. Reach your left arm. Take a twist. Good. Your gaze is going sort of in the same direction as your hand. And then take a breath out, lower down your hand. Take a deep breath in, raise both your arms and hands up, come back to high lunge. And then on the breath, we're going to open the hands out to warrior two. Your right heel will drop down. Good. Finding your center here for a moment, come back to the breath. Look at your left hand, flip the palm up, and drop your back hand down the back leg. Reach into peaceful warrior. Again, you want to get that stretch from the left side of your body all the way up. So reach that left arm. Really push through the fingertips. Keep that knee bent as much as you can. Bend a little bit more. Good. Deep breath out. Cartwheel the hands. Go into downward facing dog. Step back. Alright, let's come back where we started. Downward facing dog. And check back in with the hamstrings again. Right knee bends. Left knee bends. And then get into a nice flow with the legs pedaling out a few times. Nice. So we're going to move on to the floor in just a moment here. But work into any last stretches that you have in your hamstrings and the legs. So I'll work on a toe stretch that I love to do. That's going to be all the way down on the floor. So lower down your knees. Keep the toes tucked the same way that they were in down dog. And just try to sit back against your heels. And you can place the hands on your thighs, just on the lap. So some of us really feel the stretch in the toes. How about you? Do you feel the stretch?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit there. So we're all different, especially in this pose here, where some of us might not feel it at all. Some of us it's a little bit more tense. Again, we sort of try to add even those small parts of our body, like our toes, that are very important into our yoga practice. Take a deep breath. A great release. Here, you can come out of it, lower down your hands, tuck your toes the other way, and just start tapping them around. Right. Big taps. Good. So let's tuck your toes back the other way. Just try to hover your knees off the floor now. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to do just a little bit of core work. Just hold it for a second. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice. And then lift back up into downward facing dog. Great stretch in the spine. Great stretch in your back. Hold the breath in for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Nice job today. You can lower all the way down on the knees. Cross your legs. Lay down on the back. So your legs will cross. We're going to take this little mini relaxation here for a moment. So get your body comfortable. Rest your legs. Rest your arms down to the sides. And then just try to relax. Relax the insides of your legs. Try to let your back really relax down now. Your arms. your neck. Feel yourself breathing. Notice yourself here being relaxed. And then take a big stretch and lift your arms over your head. Feel more refreshed here, alert. We're going to grab the knees and pull them into your body. And just start really getting into the lower part of your back and moving it around side to side. So we'll move around to the left side, right side. Get into some nice movement. Try to move forward and back a couple of times as well too. And then we're going to go right back up into a seat position. Cross your legs, go into a tabletop pose again. And into child's pose. Visiting some of the familiar poses that we've done. So we're going to introduce the hip stretch here now. The big one, pigeon pose. So try to get into pigeon in the most accessible way that you can, whether it's on the back or whether it's coming up into tabletop and bringing the right knee between the hands. So we're set up your pigeon. Right foot forward, left leg back. Good. So you're getting into it nice. Try to relax here. The other way of taking it on the back is just crossing the right ankle over the knee. So Ryan's got a long straight leg here that's stretched all the way out. You can have the right foot where you need it. Maybe it's about 90-degree bend. Maybe it's a little less than 90 degrees. Most important thing here is that you can try to hold it and that you are relaxed. So you're relaxed here. Yes. Try to stay in for a few more breaths. Check back in with your breathing. Come slowly up. We're going to release your left leg out to the side, and your left leg is going to stretch out in front of you. Release it. Let's give your legs a quick shake here, your ankles a quick shake. Yep. Just move on. Your legs a quick shake. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Try to fold. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to cross your legs. Come back towards tabletop. Take one last child's pose. And then your pigeon can be done on the left side now. So take your leg on your left side up between your hands. Right leg will stay back. So as we get into the pigeon, enjoy the hip stretch. Try to straighten that right leg out so you're on the side, your foot's going to come in a little bit closer towards you. Good. And relaxing here. We want to try to hold pigeon pose for minimum here about 7 to 10 breaths. We'll learn to stay a little bit longer in the poses, and that will greatly increase our flexibility. Try to relax. Relax your hips, relax your breathing, take it back, inhale, and exhale. Come slowly back up. You're gonna release your right leg out. So that leg swings out in front of you. You can stretch your left leg. Give your legs a quick shake here again, especially into the ankles, the backs of the knees. And then lift your arms up, reach them forward, and you're gonna do a nice forward fold position. Trying to really stretch all the way out. Good transition today. So we're bowing forward over the legs. As you take your upper body there into that forward fold, try just letting everything go. Physically in the body, mentally in the mind. Even let those arms and hands go if you want to here. Allow them to feel pretty heavy. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Good. Nice stretching. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, letting go. Okay. Come back up, sit, and pull your right knee into your chest. You're going to use your arms and hands here. So, you can go a little bit further. Before we twist, switch your legs actually. So we're going to bring right leg out and the left knee in. So, we want to take that left leg, cross it over your right side. So bring your left arm back, and you're going to turn that way. Try to hook your elbow the other side. So you're going to try to hook your right elbow outside of the left knee, so your twist is going over to the left side. It's good. Try to sit up, twist, really allowing that spine to feel good in that twist, and relax. So I'll help you, I'll guide you through that other side. You can come out. We'll bring that left leg up and straighten it out. Now we'll pull back in that right leg, and taking that right foot, we're going to lift it, cross it up over the left side, bring your right arm back, and twisting out to the left side. Try to hook the elbow at the back or the side of your knee. And yoga spinal twist in the seated form. Take a deep breath. Sit straight, twist, and take it back through center. Relax, stretch your right leg up and back, and lay down on your mats. Good job today. Give yourself another one of those hugs. We're back on the floor. This time it's for your relaxation today. One of the last stretches that we can do here is a happy baby position, so you can lift the legs and feet up, maybe grab onto the sides of them, stretching out a little bit of the hamstrings again, the hips. This can also be done with legs up against the wall as well too. But this is your practice today. I want you to take the time now to relax. So when you're ready, grab the knees, pull them back into your body. Stretch both your legs out. Relax your arms, your hands down. Enjoy a deep breath through the nose. And deep breath out through the mouth. Final relaxation. Take it again. Take a deep breath through the nose. And deep breath out through the mouth. Try to most importantly here, take this time for you to relax, but most importantly, taking this time for you just to relax the mind. Try to relax your mind and try to relax the mind. breathing to deepen a little bit here. Move around your fingers and your toes, then your arms, then your hands, reach them up and back. And then grab onto the knees again. Massage your back and roll over to the right side. And then from the right side, as you roll, press yourself up, come to a nice comfortable seat. So we'll take our seated position and do some yogic breaths, the alternate nostril breathing. So join in with us. We're going to use your right thumb over the right nostril and inhale. Try to hold the breath. Hold down the left nostril with your ring finger and or middle finger and exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right and hold to your breath. And open the left nostril and exhale, close down the right. Inhale through the left. Hold the breath. Open the right, close down the left, exhale. And inhale through the right, hold down the left, hold it, and exhale through the left nostril. So now we'll let that hand come down, let it go. Notice your breath through both your nostrils. Notice the quality of your breathing. See how calm you can make your breath. Maybe see how relaxed that you are right now. Hope you really take this time to relax and have a few minutes to end your yoga practice without having to rush to the next thing. And it was so great having you today for the practice, and appreciate you joining and trying your best. So we'll seal your work. Thank you guys for joining.